Have you ever wondered why you promised to change, only to end up right back where you started? Why people change, circumstances change, opportunities change, yet the story keeps repeating itself? Maybe it's not bad luck. Maybe it's not weakness. Maybe something deeper is operating within you. The Bible says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." This isn't about religion. It's about identity. Today, we're not here to place blame, but to uncover invisible patterns that quietly govern your decisions without you realizing it. This video isn't just inspiration, it's a mirror. If you understand this, you won't just change behaviors, you'll change the entire direction of your emotional and relational life. But be warned, once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. And in the next point, you'll discover why the desire to change is not enough. Most people believe change happens when willpower is strong enough. But the Bible reveals something different. The heart is deceitful above all things. It's not that you don't want to change. It's that parts of you are still seeking safety in what's familiar, even when it hurts. We repeat the same stories because our inner world learned that this is normal. Toxic relationships, self-sabotage, fear of abandonment. These are not conscious decisions. They are learned responses. God didn't come just to change behavior. He came to heal roots. If you don't transform the root, the fruit will always be the same. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You can pray, read, motivate yourself, and still repeat cycles. Why? Because no one taught you how to identify the wound that drives your choices, and what comes next is crucial. You'll discover how to recognize the exact pattern that's keeping you stuck. Every pattern has an emotional origin. The Bible calls it captivity of the soul. It's not punishment. It's protection learned the wrong way. What once kept you safe now limits you. Maybe you learned to stay silent so you wouldn't lose love, to please others so you could feel secure, to leave before being abandoned. And without realizing it, that mechanism begins to govern your adult life. Jesus said, "The truth will set you free," not because truth is comfortable, but because it reveals what's hidden. This is where real growth begins. When you stop asking, "What did I do wrong?" and start asking, "What am I trying to protect?" That question changes everything. But be warned, when you begin to see this, your perception of your current relationship shifts, and that can deeply unsettle you. Here is one of the most powerful biblical principles for emotional life. There is a time for everything. The problem is that many people live reacting from a time that has already passed. Your body is in the present, but your decisions are born from the past. That's why you repeat the same stories with different people. You're not choosing from today, you're responding from yesterday. God doesn't heal by rushing, He heals by revealing. When you identify the moment you learned that pattern, something breaks open inside you, not to assign blame, but to bring understanding. And understanding gives rise to compassion for yourself. This is the point where many walk away, because looking back hurts. But if you don't move through this point, you'll keep calling destiny what is actually unhealed memory. And what comes next may change the way you see yourself forever. Jesus never forced anyone to change. He always asked, "Do you want to be healed?" Because not everyone wants to let go of the story they know. Change means losing an old identity, even if it was painful. Some people don't know who they are without their wound. But the Bible teaches that we are new creations. This isn't self-help. It's internal reconfiguration. When you release the pattern, a void appears. And that void is frightening. That's why many return to what's familiar. But that emptiness isn't loss. It's space for something new. Here is the promise. God never takes without replacing. He doesn't heal you to leave you incomplete. What you'll discover next is how to fill that space without going back. And this part is crucial to avoid relapse. The Bible speaks about renewing the mind. It's not about positive thinking. It's about learning to interpret life in a different way. A pattern breaks when you change the internal narrative. You stop saying, "This always happens to me," and start saying, "Now I choose differently." Every time you choose differently, even when your body trembles, you are rewriting your story. God doesn't work only in the spiritual. He works in the emotional, the everyday, the practical. Healthy relationships begin when you stop reacting and start responding with awareness. And here's the truth. Real change is uncomfortable at first, because your internal system doesn't recognize it as safe. But the new always feels strange before it feels familiar. And what comes next will show you how to sustain change when you feel like giving up. You are not alone in this process. The Bible says, two are better than one. Healing also means learning to relate from truth, not from fear. When you change, some people won't understand. Others will walk away. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're growing. Healthy relationships are not built on need, but on choice. And when you choose from a restored identity, you attract different connections. This is a delicate point, because many people prefer familiar relationships over healthy ones. But God doesn't call you to repeat. He calls you to move forward. And right here, a crucial decision appears, one that determines whether you continue the change or return to what you've always known. The enemy of change is not failure, it's exhaustion. That's why the Bible speaks about perseverance. There will be days when you want to go back, because moving forward hurts more than repeating the past. But every time you resist, you strengthen a new identity. God doesn't measure you by perfection, but by direction. It's not about never falling. It's about not giving up. When you understand this, guilt loses its power. And without guilt, the pattern has nothing to hold on to. This is where many people break free or stop just before real change begins. When you break a pattern, you don't just change your own story. You change the stories that come after you. The Bible speaks of healed generations. Your healing is not selfish. It's a legacy. Every healthy boundary, every conscious choice, every time you say no where you once betrayed yourself, it all matters. Change doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels quiet. But what is invisible today will become evident tomorrow. And right when you think nothing is happening, something deep is already being rearranged within you. Today you can choose differently, not because it's easy, but because now you see. And when you see, you are no longer the same. God didn't create you to repeat cycles, but to live in freedom. The question isn't whether you can change. The question is, are you willing to let go of the story that no longer represents you? If you made it this far, it's not by chance. Something within you has already begun to awaken. And this isn't the end, it's the true beginning.